Welcome back to the program. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We were just speaking with the Education Minister and the Chief Education Officer. We continue with education, and we're looking at some new software to help students. Now, to speak to that software, we have Raj Ramdas, Director of RSC, and Kevin Huggins, President of the National Executive RSC Technology Club. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
What does RSC stand for?
RSC stands for Restore Sense of ICANN. It's a non-profit organization that has been based in technology and helping students reach out and bring in technology into the school.
If RSC is one of the solutions, what is the problem that we see right now?
Problems what specific to education or technology? Please. Well, the thing about it is there's no one specific problem. It's a mirage of things, and the minister was speaking to some of those just now. Our role is just one of the pillars, which is trying to assist with digital infusion, because the thing about it is the students today, they are digital citizens. And I experience that for my sons. I mean, there's a disconnect between their normal life and their experience in the classroom. And in trying to deal with that disconnect as a parent with my children, now expanded into the general student in the classroom. So it's one tiny pillar of the whole big problem, but that's the part we deal with.
No, the minister also spoke to using the technology, right, and the technology actually depreciating the abilities in some other areas in terms of handwriting. Mm-hmm. How does that infusion of technology, as you describe it, play in this kind of situation?
Well, being I would say biased to technology a bit, the thing about it is I don't see it as either or. Whilst I appreciate and understand the need for handwriting skills and everything else, and I'm in agreement with the minister, the power that technology brings to the table, right, cannot be at the expense of perhaps some of the learning skills. Not meaning to be in any way disrespectful, but you know, it was like the skill to carve was lost because of the invention of paper. And we do have some, in this case it's not that extreme, but we do have some give and take in the process.
Now, Kevin, what are some of the activities that RSC is involved in?
We do a lot of stuff. We're involved in rebuilding computers with schools. We do tutoring with peer-to-peer support. This is a new venture we have where students from Naprima College, SAGS, Naprima Girls Convent, all of them have come together. Form 6 students who are on their gap year have come together to teach Form 5 students and Form 4 students at CXC subjects. Like right now we have 4 scholarship winners teaching a student from St. Lucia who has special needs, and we're giving her remedial work with maths, English, and other subjects. We're also teaching students from our own year with IT, mathematics. We also bring in peer-to-peer support.
Now, outside of RSC generally, I want to talk to your experience specifically. Your involvement in RSC, how have you seen yourself grow? Because it's one thing to say, okay, well, you're teaching and the person is learning. What have you come away with?
Well, from my academic stuff, I have gotten a scholarship from Florida Institute of Tech because of learning so much with RSC, learning more about computers, being more involved with community, being more involved with stuff like this, coming on television. RSC has helped me become a better leader, a better speaker, as I'm on television right now speaking to thousands. So, yeah.
There's a donation that was made recently. What is it about?
Specific to the software. What we did is, there are 2, in my opinion, mathematics geniuses, Dr. Fayed Ali and Dr. Shirin Khan. And they are stalwarts in the world of mathematics in the Caribbean. And they assisted us to develop content for past paper solutions for both the CSEC mathematics and the SCA mathematics. That content was digitized as videos and also as a flipbook, and that has been donated to the Ministry of Education and is currently being distributed. So students who are writing exams this year, which is the 2017 exams, and also definitely 2018 and onwards, they have access to ideal solutions. They have access to voiceover. What Dr. Fayed Ali did is he voiced over the solutions so students could understand and reference. What he also did is he looked at all the alternative solutions to a particular question. So it's more than just past paper revision. It's a nice learning curve with this software.
I was going to ask about alternative solutions because my father taught maths, phys, chem for forever.
Wow.
And one of the things that he hated was things like whiteout. Because you may get an answer incorrect, but he wants to see a process because you may receive almost all the marks because your process is correct, but you did something that ended up with the wrong answer.
Correct. You spoke to an important point here for students writing exams, because a lot of times students think the examiner who's marking their paper is a mind reader, and they think the process in their head, but they don't document it in the paper, thereby losing a lot of marks. And this is one of the things the solutions speak to. The flipbook part of it actually shows the students step by step what is required by the examiner. So in addition to knowledge of mathematics, they understand the examination techniques required to perform well in the exam.
Kevin, how do you decide, okay, this is the school that RSC is going to try to get participants from, or these are the people that we're going to help?
Usually students come to us. If a school wants help, they will contact myself or Mr. Raj Ramdas. When they do contact, we'll come into the school, we'll meet with their relevant teachers, then we'll establish communication with the school. We'll try to form a club within the school, and when the club is established, then we can bring in the computers, we can bring in these programs. Students can come to us for help. We can establish connections with other students from different schools to do peer-to-peer teaching and group studies.
How do people contact you?
Well, currently, specific to the software, it's going to be loaded on the Ministry of Education's website. So you can go onto MOE's website and you can get access to the software, which also has a link to our website, which is rscitt.com. And that is the medium we're going to use over the next couple of weeks. We're hoping parents and teachers and students encourage people to get into the website so you have the software. Other than that, of course, we are contacted by phone, 474-3280. Kevin, you are?
283-1567.
I want to ask, though, how did you all actually say this is what we're going to do? Because many people have good ideas, but in terms of taking good ideas and starting to do the groundwork to implement, what sparked it?
Well, in this particular initiative, I wish we would say we planned it. We did not. It evolved over a series of initiatives. The software was actually, the late Master Henville played an important role because we were doing work in St. Barb's and Laventille and so on. And what we found is that the strategy of communication was better with the students digitally. So whilst Fayed and Shireen was doing chalkboard teaching, we started to infuse digital content with it. We got better responses, and it evolved over years. It wasn't that we planned this and this is what happened. We started off with one club. We now have 58 schools in the country applying for clubs. We have a club in St. Lucia, we have in Belize, we are launching Costa Rica on the 19th of this month. So it's an evolving process that is snowballing.
Have you all thought about monetizing this?
Well, the whole concept, it's a non-profit organization, but within the school model itself, because gaming is a big part of it, that leads to some sustainability within the model at the school level, but not at our level at the non-profit one.
Now, looking at the fact that, Kevin, you mentioned gap year, and so that is a term that has become a little more current now with people looking at the Obama's first child and so, but explain the gap year and why some people actually choose to be involved like this.
The gap year is it's a transition year for university. It's where you prepare yourself to take in university and the adult life. I myself, I took the gap year because I wanted to choose my colleges and I wanted to give back to the community because they've done so much for me with schools, and it's to give back. We'd love to have students from who are in their gap year to come, especially now that CAPE is starting in May, to come to us and to participate in the non-profit organization and participate in giving back to the community because charity is amazing.
What kind of qualities do you all look for in people who want to give back during this period of transition?
Well, the thing about it is the level of service is very diverse. Not necessarily academia, not necessarily teaching. So irrespective of the qualities, we accept anyone who's willing to help. What we do is at the end of the period of service, they would get a certificate for community service hours, which really goes well with the universities. Specific to teaching, the person must have excelled in that topic area. So most of the students who are really teaching would have been all distinctions in this subject area. So we are very cautious about who we would put to peer-to-peer teach. But that does not mean if a student didn't get distinctions, they can't serve. There are a whole bunch of other areas they would serve in.
I like the fact you talk about that certificate because that means so much. Many people, they end up with a piece of paper saying that, okay, they learned this and that, but at the same time, how does that make you a better individual, a person that can function socially, as opposed to just a person that has this knowledge?
Correct.
But we want to thank you for sharing the knowledge, Kevin Huggins and Raj Ramdas, and letting people know about RSC, and we hope to see more things, and we see it's 58 requests you all have for schools.
For schools, yes.
So I'm sure that we're going to be hearing more about it, and we thank you for tuning in. This is Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago. News comes your way next.